of little boys that are wild and they're rambunctious and they're high energy, high stimulation needs. Finding something they can do, like if you get a styrofoam cooler or whatever, and you decorate it like a dragon or a castle, and you give them a stick to beat it with, then they know, um, like, okay, I can make a mess. And this gives them a nice way that they can make a mess without um, being told no. If you make a lot of opportunities for yes and for playtime, it helps out with that need. And it really gets through to them, like, okay, instead of waking up and finding that your sensory bin's been dumped out, you've set up a way for them to be messy, and it's okay, and it helps them out. So,
Yeah,
those were some of the things that we did to handle that.
most definitely. I think that's something that we need to get back to as a whole in society. That was something that
Mhm.
we did way back in the day. In my days, we had time to explore because your parents would tell you, "Hey, it's 7 o'clock. What y'all still doing in the bed?" And by the time of 7:30, 8 o'clock, we had breakfast and we were outside, and we didn't come back in until lunchtime. And after lunch, then we didn't come back in until dinner time. And it was like it was always a moment of free range play. It was always a moment of exploration. We can ride the bikes, go into the woods, and really go out there and see what everything was about. See the frogs jumping and everything else, and be able to just get into things that we couldn't do at home, but having the parameters to know that we're not supposed to go past point B and point C and then come back home and we're fine. And I think it did stop us when our kids started getting more involved in video games and in the home, and there wasn't really interactive play. It wasn't things that really challenged them to be creative. It was just more of I'm just doing what this video game is telling me to do, and I'm gonna get back off and go do the next thing I got and get on my phone and text. And so I think we really need to get back into those things as a whole when our kids are young and those impressionable building days, to where when they do get older, they're able to be stimulated correctly. And I think that's something that we're learning from a lot of our families that have autistic kids, is that we need to get back to that because it helps. It helps when they're in pre-Ks and kindergarten, all those different things, to have those type of interactive play and moments going. And so we know that patience is very important, and it takes a lot of patience to be able to create moments for your boys, especially when they're overactive and they're wanting to go out there and play. It takes a lot of patience to go out there and give them a space and not want to say no, no, stop, stop, and just give them opportunities to just play and go ahead. And once they're done,